Okay, students, welcome. Let's have a brief introduction about Microsoft Access. So you can find Microsoft Access here, or you have to go to the Software Center to download it. But if you are on the Citrix environment, it's possible that the Access is already there. So if you are not seeing Access, you can go to Software Center. Probably you have to install it, but it's already pre-installed on Citrix. You just need to get that. Let's see. Here you see all the softwares you have, and here you search for Access, and we have Access here, and you can choose Install. Right, so that's how you will get Access on Citrix. But now we already have it here. We will open it and I'll give you a brief tour around it. So there are many things we can choose from, but we will limit to a blank database. We will go into the blank database, double click. Let's wait a second, it's not responding. Okay, perfect. Let's enlarge that. So now we have an empty table. You see here are tables. So we have only one table, as you can see, and this table contains no record. First of all, let's see what's a table, what's a record, and what's a field. As we already discussed briefly before when we discussed the case for the theory part of the midterm, the database is composed by tables. We can create more tables here, and each table should have a name so we know what kind of information is stored in there. And within the table, there are records. Each record is a row. In this case, could contain an ID and something else. We still need to set it. And within the row, you see different fields. Now we have a database view, so we see different cells. So we have field, that's this cell, and we have record, it's this row, and we have a table, it's the whole table. So that's some basics, and then we get to work. We go to change something in this table. First, we need to define what exactly each row and column mean. So we go to these parts, view, change the view. From the datasheet view is what we are right now, and to the design view. When you go to design view, the system asks you to change the name of the table. So let's give it a name. For example, say grades. Click OK. And here we have a design view. So here is the ID, and it could be an auto number, and from here the drop down list, you can see there are many other possibilities. So here auto number, that means automatically it calculates the row 1 is number 1, row 2 is number 2, etc. But we can also set it as a number, so it will not become automatically changed. So we will do that, and we will change the name of ID to student number. And we go on to see what else is needed in this grades field. So with student number, probably we also have first name and last name of the students. And of course, we want to know the grades. So let's say grade IT midterm. and grade IT final. And in case we will contact this person, let's put this person's phone number also there. And how about we will give the person, if passed, a certificate. We will need address and postcode. Okay, now we have a lot of information here. But you see the data type for all these are all short text. What does it mean, short text? You can see here in the field properties, short text could contain 255 bytes. So that means, yeah, you can write a short sentence in it, no problem. But sometimes we don't need it. We want to be strict of what could be or could not be in the cell. So for example, first name, a short text is fine. Last name, short text is fine. But when it comes to grade, probably we prefer to have a number instead of text. So if someone decides to write down text in it, the system will give a warning. So we will choose a number, and grade IT final also a number, and phone number, of course it's a number. Address, if you have an address, say goes more than 255 bytes, that's out of our control. So we have to assume there must be some people living in an area that has long address names. So we better safe than sorry. We go for long text. So you see here, there's no limit for how long the text should be. And for the postcodes, let's decide, okay, we want to have the postcode, but how the postcode is written is normally 4 numbers and 2 letters. Let's limit it to 6 bytes. But we can also say, yeah, what if some people prefer to write it with a gap in between? Say where Fralimaborg, our campus is 1102 CV. If there's a gap, then it becomes 7 digits, 7 bytes. Then we can just keep the short text and change from here from 255 to 7. And it goes more than, if it goes more than 7, the system will give a warning. So this is a structure, the design field of our database. And you see here, you see a very small key. It's called primary key. You can read more about primary key on your syllabus. So that means the primary key means this number is always unique, and you can use this number to refer to the record. So student number is unique. That's why we choose that as the primary key. We can also reset it. Say here, we give the primary key to the first name. That's possible to change it around. But what if we have multiple Toms, multiple Alex? Then it's not handy because each record is unique, but each name is not. We want to make sure that all the record has a unique number, and that's why we set the student number as the primary key. So that's the design of the table grades, and we will change back the view from design view to data. You must save the table, of course. Let's save the table. Hey, let's see. We have an empty table here. We can easily just type in some information, 5 00 67 97 64. Say it's my name. Great. Yeah, because I'm such a good student, I get a 10. And then I decide to not watch videos from Mr. Wang, then I get a 1. I still pass the course. Do I? No, probably not, because midterm is 40% and final is 60%. So it's not 50-50. So I still fail the course if I do the final so badly. Let's see the phone number. Let's write down here. No problem. Address. I'll just make up something. Say Marburg 133 Amsterdam Zuidoost. You see that when I set it as a long text with no limit of how many digits could it be, I can just keep on writing and no one will stop me because there's no limits in this case. Okay, yeah, that's a long address. You see how long it is, but also postcode 1102 CV. And if I try another one, oh, I cannot. Yeah. Okay, let's move on so we can also do more there. So we can insert different records just by moving from row to row. So this is the basic of how to start up the Microsoft Access, how to create your first table and design your first table and write down the information in it.